Welcome to the Property Code. I am Nick, and today we are unpacking the real estate investing strategies that actually work in 2026, not the ones that sound good on social media. I do not have your screenshot inside this chat, so I cannot quote the exact search terms from it, but the demand patterns around this topic are consistent right now. People search real estate investing strategies, best rental strategy, house hacking, BRRRR explained, DSCR loans, mid-term rentals, seller financing, wholesaling legality, multifamily investing, and how to invest with high interest rates. That mix tells you what the audience is really asking. They are not asking for one magic move. They are asking how to build a strategy that survives higher borrowing costs, insurance pressure, and a market that rewards discipline. Let me make this real with a story. Meet Chris. He is 34, lives in Charlotte, and spent the last 2 years watching real estate content almost every day. He knows the vocabulary, cash flow, equity, leverage, cap rate, but he has not bought anything. Every time he gets close, he freezes. One person tells him to flip, another tells him to buy rentals, someone else tells him to wait. The noise gets louder and his confidence gets smaller. In early 2026, he decides to stop collecting opinions and start building a playbook. He wants one thing: a system that tells him what to do next based on his situation, not on hype. The first lesson Chris learns is that strategy is not a personality. Strategy is math plus constraints. Your constraints are your income, your time, your risk tolerance, your market, and your ability to manage operations. The best investors are not the ones with the fanciest tactics. They are the ones whose tactics match their constraints. So Chris builds a simple map. In 2026, most real estate strategies fall into 3 categories: income strategies, equity growth strategies, and control strategies. Some plays focus on monthly cash flow, some focus on forcing appreciation, some focus on controlling property without large upfront capital. Once he sees that, everything becomes clearer. He starts with the strategy most beginners should understand first: house hacking. In a high-rate environment, this remains one of the most practical ways to begin because owner-occupied financing can reduce the barrier to entry. Chris looks for a duplex where he can live in one unit and rent the other. The goal is not to get rich. The goal is to reduce his housing cost while building equity and learning operations with manageable risk. In 2026, learning is worth more than a perfect deal because it builds competence, and competence attracts capital. Chris finds a small duplex near a hospital corridor. The rents are stable because healthcare demand does not disappear easily. The numbers are not explosive, but they are durable. He buys it, moves in, rents the other unit, and for the first time his housing expense stops feeling like a drain. He is not just paying to exist, he is building an asset. That brings him to the second strategy: long-term rentals with conservative underwriting. In 2026, long-term rentals still work, but only when you underwrite reality, not optimism. Insurance is higher in many regions. Taxes adjust, maintenance costs are real, vacancy happens. If the deal only works in a perfect world, it does not work. Chris learns to treat cash flow like oxygen. Appreciation is optional, oxygen is not. He also learns the difference between a property and a product. A long-term rental is a product for a specific tenant. If the product matches demand, occupancy stays high. If the product is wrong, you bleed time and money. Chris chooses boring properties in stable neighborhoods. He avoids luxury rentals that require perfect tenants. He wants resilience. Then he studies the strategy everyone talks about, the BRRRR method. Buy, rehab, rent, refinance, repeat. In 2026, BRRRR can still work, but it has become a skill strategy, not a beginner strategy. Construction costs, permit timelines, and lender requirements can crush weak operators. Chris realizes the real power of BRRRR is not renovation, it is execution, accurate budgets, reliable contractors, fast timelines, clean documentation, strong rent comps. If any part is sloppy, the refinance fails and your capital gets trapped. So he does not jump in immediately. He practices underwriting renovations on paper every week. He learns to budget for surprises, not just materials. He learns what lenders will accept for refinancing. He learns how appraisals behave in his area. He trains before he fights. Next comes the strategy that has quietly outperformed for many investors lately: midterm rentals. In 2026, midterm rentals are winning in many markets because they reduce turnover compared to short-term rentals and often reduce regulatory friction. The demand comes from traveling professionals, insurance displacement, corporate projects, and life transitions. You are selling months, not weekends. Less constant cleaning, less platform dependence, more predictable income. Chris tests midterm rentals with his second unit. He furnishes it like a product, not like a Pinterest board. Durable furniture, real desk, strong internet, simple rules. He prices monthly, not nightly. The result is not a viral screenshot month. The result is a smoother year. His stress drops, his repair costs drop, his vacancy becomes more manageable. He learns that sophisticated investing is not about the highest possible month. It is about the most stable year. Then he explores creative finance because in 2026, financing structure can be as important as the deal itself. Seller financing and subject to deals can work when sellers want speed, flexibility, or monthly income. But Chris also learns this is not a casual tactic. It requires clean documentation, ethical communication, and real legal guidance. The point is not to outsmart sellers. The point is to solve a seller's problem in a way that creates a win for both sides. Chris starts watching for tired landlords and long days on market. He makes offers based on terms: lower down payment, structured payments, clear responsibilities. When a seller says yes, it is because Chris came with clarity, not pressure. In 2026, trust is a strategy. He also learns the strategy that separates small investors from scalable operators. Multifamily operations, even small multifamily, changes the game because value is connected to income and expenses. That means you can force appreciation by improving management, reducing vacancy, and tightening expenses. Chris looks at a small building where rents are under market due to weak management. He does not assume fantasy rent growth. He assumes modest improvements, better screening, better communication, cleaner common areas, faster maintenance response. The property becomes more stable, the income becomes more reliable, the value rises as a result of operations, not luck. Now here is the moment where Chris becomes a real investor. He builds a personal strategy stack, not one tactic, a sequence. He uses house hacking as the entry strategy because it lowers the starting barrier and builds skill. He uses long-term rentals as the stability layer because they create durable cash flow. He uses mid-term rentals selectively as the optimization layer in demand corridors. He trains for BRRRR as a growth layer, but only when he has reliable execution. He studies creative finance as a control layer for specific seller situations. And he prepares for small multifamily as the scaling layer, because operations can force value. This is what real estate strategies look like in 2026. Not random tactics, a portfolio of methods applied in the right order. Chris also builds a risk filter that keeps him safe. He asks questions that beginners avoid. What is the insurance outlook? What is the tax trajectory? What is the tenant demand driver? What is the vacancy trend? How sensitive is this deal to 1 month of vacancy? How sensitive is this deal to a repair? How sensitive is this deal to rate changes at refinance? He does not do this to be fearful. He does it to stay in control. By the end of 2026, Chris does not have a massive empire. He has something more valuable, a repeatable system. He knows how to evaluate deals. He knows which strategy fits which situation. He knows when to say no, and he has a plan that can scale without chaos. That is the real message for anyone searching real estate investing strategies in 2026. The best strategy is not a trend. It is a sequence that matches your constraints and builds capability over time. Real estate rewards the person who becomes operationally strong, financially disciplined, and emotionally calm. If you want a shortcut, you will pay tuition. If you want a system, you will build wealth.